this video, I'm going to show you how to open the Minitab files. So if you go to the activity in Moodle, then you can download the different Minitab files for each lesson that you have to work with. So for example, with this Minitab lab, there were actually two different lessons. So you have the describing data numerically activity, which is a .mpx file, and so that stands for a Minitab project file. And then you also have describing data numerically the lesson, which is a Minitab worksheet. So the .mtw stands for Minitab worksheet. And the process of opening these files is going to be very similar. There's just going to be one minor difference. So the first thing you want to do is download these files from Moodle. So if you just click on the file, it should download automatically, or you may have to tell it to download depending on the type of computer you have. And the most common place that this is going to save to is going to be your downloads folder. If you're using a Mac, you may have to change the extension at the end of the file, so delete .zip, but leave everything else. So you want that .mpx or .mtw to stay there. If you're using a Windows computer, this is typically not an issue. So from there, you want to go into Minitab. So do not try to open this file directly on your computer. What will happen is if you do try to open this file on your computer, so for example, if I just try to open this, your computer, regardless of the type of computer you have, is not going to know how to open the file because you don't have Minitab actually installed on the computer. It's a web app. So your computer is not going to know what to do. So instead, you want to go into Minitab and sign in with your username and password. So once Minitab opens, you can go to open the actual data files, go to File, and then Open inside Minitab. And then you're going to choose either project or worksheet depending on the type of data it is. So if it's that .mtw, you would do open a worksheet. If it's the mpx file, that would be open a project. Now you're going to choose to open it as a local file because it has been saved locally to your computer. And then click OK. And then from there, you should have the data file. So in this case, there is that describing data numerically lesson.mtw file that we just downloaded. So click Open, and then Minitab is going to go ahead and open it. And so then from there, it's the same as normal. So choose to save it to a cloud location. Remember, I always recommend saving to your OneDrive. I'm going to continue without autosave, but then there is your data. Same thing would be true if we went to go open that project. So File, Open, Project. Same idea. We would choose Local File. OK. And then now there is describing data numerically activity.mpx file. And so same thing. Just choose where to save it. But then there's your data. So in this case, here are the data for exercises 1, exercises 2, and exercises 4 that you're going to need whenever you work on the describing data numerically lab.